Hello, honorable members of the clan. So let's go to the self-appointed experts comments because, guys, my comment section is still giving me issues. I can respond to some comments, but some comments I similarly cannot click on. But we work with what we've got. So let's go and start with the video that I posted this morning. Just basically talking about what's going on in Rata's courtroom with Geninda and some things that don't make sense to me. Especially Makimba and Marco. This mistake is a blunder by Geninda and them. And now they want to pin it on Musa Sibia. But anyways, let's go to the comments and let's start with the first self-appointed expert comment. And that is Teram Timbane, who says Bongane collaborator Genind. Yeah, we have issues pronouncing that seemingly. And then we have Victor, who says Geninda is exposing himself. It's the biggest joke. Man, I cannot believe this is what is happening in that courtroom, honestly. And then we have Makasandra, who says it's obvious Rata is going to convict those guys, but let's pray to God. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm also suspecting, that definitely he might actually convict these guys. Unless he's playing a real good poker game here with his poker face. Because I cannot imagine him with all the rubbish that he's hearing in that courtroom to be the facts. But then again, he did accept these so-called confessions, which blew my mind, by the way. With all the constitutional discrepancies that these confessions had, I don't know, honestly speaking. Then we have Pedro, who says Geninda is one very dangerous individual. I believe that. I believe that. Then we have Lebo, who says this case is going nowhere because the judge is not judging. He undermines the defense. He's so quiet when Baloy is on the floor and doing all these irregularities. I mean, Nisi has been a prosecutor before. He understands the rules of the court. But the judge is ignoring, it's blue-ticking him like nobody's business, and Baloy is getting away with it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Then we have Gapsila, who says, indeed, CD Ntanzi's confession was written by Magistrate Cronje because as he was speaking, the magistrate was writing the statement. Okay, all right. I hear you. I hear you. Margaret says, I think the pans are brand wood. Yes, I did put it on the screen, indeed. I need to start wearing brand hood, I'm telling you. Amu says, hi clan, what baffles me about Muzi's confession is that it is narrated as him being an eyewitness of the shooting of Senzo. At the same length, he was standing outside to be a guard and an overseer of the events. How did Muzi witness Senzo's shooting while he simultaneously was standing outside? Did he physically witness the trigger puller while standing outside the Spaza house? Absolutely no. That renders the so-called confession as a hearsay because Muzi can't be regarded as an eyewitness if these versions of events are anything to go by. As I rub my 3 IQs together. You are more intelligent than us. The body, the soul, and the spirit. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was also thinking when I was thinking about it as well. Like, because he was told in the car who had pulled the gun. That's hearsay. That definitely is hearsay because he was not in the house to have seen Senzo scuffling with the gun person. It's interesting. And then we have Peggy, who says, no, that's wrong, Clantis. Geninda was bribing Dandanzi's family with 3 million rand for them to agree that he is guilty. Yeah, no, I did say that. But what Geninda is doing, what he did understand in the trial, within the trial, he flipped that script and said it was them who offered the police money, 3 million rand. Then we have Tabisa laughing first. Tabisa says, Ubadle uginginja ade akoba ebudengeni. I know I butchered what I was just saying, but anyways, the consequences of being a coconut. And let's go on. Tabisa also says Gwenyinja must be the lawyer of Yim'GULUDU because he is Gulugudi, a liar of the world. By the way, he's studying LLB. Yo, I pity if he's ever a prosecutor. I pity the people that he's going to prosecute because I think that's the route he wants to take to become a prosecutor. Because seemingly, when you become a prosecutor in South Africa, you can work Yim'GULUDU of investigators and win cases. I don't know. Then we have Vusi who says, Yixalalika Gininda Leli Wompeki Walom Gisho. Nosfiso meyiwa wakhala ngaye kudala wathi uzoboshwa lo baba for a perjury. Abomashaya nezikhohlakali. Child. Okay, then we have Alice who says, Judge Ratayena thinks ukuthi South Africans, especially the blacks, see dum ingakho athanda ukufaka uMandela uma edelela ngoba phela uMandela uyena obekalwa nabelungu during apartheid laba abanye akanandaba to hengabo. We black South Africans are illiterate. No one is gonna tell him anything. He is so ngoba engasekho uMandela. No one is gonna save the black South Africans. Hello baba. Uyazazi shem gimsuti. Yeah, the reference of Nelson Mandela doesn't sit well with me as well because this is something as a person who's been to Ikolo Zabelungu. And there was a time where there was a situation in my school, me and another kid, and then parents were called to deal with this situation. And one of the parents said, go to Mandela. Go to Mandela. So now that always sat in my head. And then when Rata says that, I think I get triggered as well. Like he doesn't see himself as one of us, Urat. Because when you use Nelson Mandela, it seems to be a way of bringing you down because Kwabona Abambono Mandela Bambona as something that is non-existent type of situation. Yeah, they'll say go to Mandela. I remember as well one of the teachers who actually got fired for saying something exactly like this to me. I wanted there was a textbook that I was looking for in the library, and the library teacher said go to Mandela. I went and I reported that, and then he got fired like that same day. He tried with to get his job back through all these other channels, but the school has zero tolerance for Ubandlululu. So he never came back. So every time when Rata says that, it reminds me of that. It really does. I wonder how he sees himself. Anyways, Makaya says, hi Clantis to me. Gininda took these confession statements from the statements of the people that was in the house when Senzo was deleted. And if Longo Twala did not delete Senzo, why they did not bring him to rebut evidence or advocate Mngome Zulu's information? Yeah, I mean that you can tell that confession, so-called confession, is reconstructed from what eyewitnesses were saying. It's clear. And Rata, since he's such an experienced judge, he should be able to see through that. Then we go to Zolega, who says Gininda is still a mentioned interest of justice. What a nonsense is that from him? Yeah, because he wants to lecture us. He wants to take us through a lecture. And when he stopped by it, from doing it, he says it's in the interest of justice that he justifies his findings. Primrose say it's cooked sham, and we really tried of Yim'GULUDU. I really am tired. Oh, tired, not tried. Really am tired of those Yim'GULUDU. Then we have Mtimkudu who says the gaslighting based on culture is just awful here. Oh, you mean on my part, or maybe the case itself? I don't know, because I was just giving. It was an epiphany. If I'm, you mean to me, it's an epiphany to me, and that is why I'm confidently saying it that they needed to look at. I don't know. I don't know. Let me not. So I don't seem to be making excuses if this is meant for me. I'm not going to invalidate your point of view. Tim Kulu continues to say, nah, Chief, the Ntanzi family are the ones that said they were offered 3 million. Yeah, that's what I said. And I said Gininda then flipped the script in the trial within the trial, guys. For Ntanzi to accept the charges. Yeah, I know. I said that. All those Zulu people thing you said are frankly out of line. This must be the worst analysis made in this case. Okay, that's your views. Clearly, you don't have listening skills, comprehension either. But hey, we create it differently. Then we have Gattuso who says, I think you missed his point. Listen to him. No, forget it. Listening skills. That is why South Africa doesn't have critical thinkers, is because of Mtimkulu. People like Mtimkulu. You are saying things I've already said, and I said Gininda flipped the script. And then I am saying, now it makes sense to me. And then he says, I'm out of line. You are invalidating my own point of view because yours is the correct one. You need to fix your listening skills. That's what you need to do, Mtimkulu. Then we have BBM who says, sadly, another 30%. Oh, yeah, thank you. You can't argue with them. They listen to answer, not the... exactly, the education system that is being produced in South Africa is creating people like Mtimkulu. Comprehension is not their forte. They can read, and they think they understand English, but when it's time for comprehension, they shy another different direction altogether. Listening is a skill. It's a skill. You need to learn it. That's something that should have learned in school. That is why there is this thing called comprehension and compositions, so that you are able to construct something in the way you understand. You'll find a question will say, is this true or false? And if you say false, then they say, substantiate why you say it's false. This is where you fail. Yeah, I'm not going to read Mtimkulu no more. Let's go on. Kutusa says, you might be bright. However, Clan said police wanted to bribe Ntanzi's family with 3 million rand so that Ntanzi can take the fall. After failing, they then twisted. That's exactly what I said. You are right, Gotuso. That's exactly what I said. Apologies too late, Mchumkulu. I am sorry. You need to listen at first instinct and understand what's being said before you make a comment. You make a comment after understanding what you just heard. So now you're apologizing for misunderstanding. That's too late. First impressions counts. You need to understand that, sir. Please. Siabonga says you missed the part when he talks about police offering Ntanzi the bribe. I'm sorry, I can't take your apology. Because not only you misunderstood the Ntanzi part, you're also invalidating my own point of view about the Zulu culture. Because it makes perfect sense. Zulu people are still the people who follow our culture to the letter. And in order for them to get their story sold, they needed a culture where they still practice like exactly around death. What is wrong with that view? Where did I go wrong with that view? You are just being emotional as a man for nothing. Honestly, I can't deal. I have no heart for people like you. Honestly, I really don't. Whatever. You can leave the channel if you want to as well. All good. Zamasile, who says, you are on point, guys, but the weak point link on this chain is Rata. He is not impartial. He is siding with police and prosecutor. Definitely. We see it with our own two eyes. Peter says, I agree with you, Clancis, that the confessional was drafted by the police themselves. It is usually done by the police as an easy way to secure conviction. I wish a South African parliament would pass a law that a confession can no longer be used to convict a suspect. The police can use it to find enough facts, but not for conviction, especially when the accused denies ever making such a confession. I get that when you go make a statement, it's the police officer that writes. But yeah, I think where it kind of gets off, especially when you don't understand or literate around the English language, somebody can add their own things and pin you on a crime you just came to probably to open. You know? Jab says, like in other countries, actually do the work, not try to cut corners and mess up other people's lives. This is something to be considered, actually. Nomvula says, how can someone who volunteered to make a confession lie and mislead Bogininda? Let me understand this again. Nomvula says, how can someone who volunteered to make a confession lie and mislead? Yeah, really, hey? And if it's not like a lie, it's just those two names. Two names. And then you say he was trying to mislead us. But he's telling you the truth. The 99% of the so-called confession. Then we have Obi. I'll call you Obi. Good morning, clan. These are Yim'GULUDU police. Yeah, definitely. And I am saying it in the voice of my friend Mzansi Unfiltered when she says, I'm Gulugudus. They climb their ladder by people's blood. They have sacrificed a lot of innocent people. They still continued. And yeah, Mother Karma is coming. Mother Karma is coming. Bongani says, these Yim'GULUDUs will cry out loud one day, and very loud. Yeah, when Mother Nature comes to knock on their doors. Casper says, where is Unembeza kulabantu? Do they even have it, eh? True, culture. And then the last comment comes from Nombuzo, who says, good morning, clan, good morning. Oh, and also Phils, who says, morning, clan, morning to you too. Well, for me, it's now midday, so good afternoon. Thank you guys so much for your contribution into the video that I posted this morning. And those of you, if you are going to come to my channel and then you want to make a comment, clan, like I said, they're very intelligent people. They listen because they got listening skills. And if you are going to come to my channel with emotions, you are going to miss the mark. And I have no time for such. Honestly speaking, in the past, I was tolerating it. Now, I have no tolerance. Absolutely. And the fact that you are invalidating my view, you're not a clan member. You don't invalidate other people's point of views. You don't do that. It's not right. If you feel that this is what I've done, fine. It's not your cup of tea, leave. Other than that, guys, let's see each other in my next video. But before you leave, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And also click the bell notification so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. See you next time with a new video. Goodbye.